Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of FPL Fanzone. Obviously with the quick turnaround to the game weeks at the moment, this will be a slightly shorter video as we approach the game week 15 deadline. Thankfully next week we go back to a full week break between the two games, so I'll have to have a little bit more in-depth videos moving forward. But as always, please don't forget to hit the like button if you're watching this video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and that notification bell to keep updates on future videos, especially as we get through the crazy period over Christmas. But without further ado, let's get started. So game week 14 was a bit of a whiff for me. Another red arrow, 300,000 places down. And while I feel like the team didn't massively disappoint, there was obviously some challenges in my team, and we'll talk through those as we go through the video and as I make decisions for game week 15. But just for those watching, Pickford in goal, another clean sheet as Everton won 4-0, which was a fantastic result there for the team. 8 Nori, 0 points. Wolves are conceding goals all over the place at the moment. That attacking threat has stopped completely. Bringing him in now doesn't look like such a great move, and he's certainly a challenge for me over the next couple of weeks, although he does still continue to have good fixtures. Next up, Gabriel was yellow flagged and didn't play, didn't even make the squad this week, so I did have Hall come off the bench for 1 point. And then I had Aina. Now they were playing Man City, so I wasn't expecting anything there. I was more hopeful that they might pull off a 1-0 cheeky win, but no, Man City looked like they were back on their scoring prowess, so only 1 point there. So if you look at my 4 defenders, I got 8 points between them, which is on average 2 per one, so it's not great. Their Arsenal defence kept a clean sheet. They got goals for Saliba and Timber, so it felt like that would have been a good opportunity if Gabriel had played, but obviously that yellow flag. And then obviously just following up from the press conferences, Arteta has given no further update on Gabriel, so we still don't know whether he's going to be playing this week or not. So a concern again in my team for this week moving forward. In the midfield, I captained Palmer. He got 7 points, so that upgraded to 14. Saka got 3 points. Mbuemo 2 points, and then obviously I missed out with the captain's choice. I should have gone Salah last week, who got 18 points. So there's an 11-point swing on that by not captaining Salah instead of Palmer. Now Palmer, I still don't regret that decision. Southampton away, they scored 5 goals. Palmer could have had a couple of assists. He hit the post. There was plenty of opportunity there, but Salah just continues to do what Salah does, despite having a tougher fixture, in my opinion. And then up front, Chris Wood missed an absolute sitter when he went one-on-one with Ortega at Man City. Really could have been great if he'd have got that goal, but he's been so fantastic for me. I'm not holding that there. João Pedro with the assist in the one of the last games of the week for 5 points. And then Cunha, again, a bit disappointing, but he's been such a fantastic talisman for this team that there are no real concerns there. The other mistake that I made this week was that I didn't play Rodgers ahead of Mbuemo. Now, my choice for choosing Mbuemo is obviously 90 minutes and on pens, but Mbuemo has now only taken 1 shot in his last 5 games, and a total of 0.09 expected goals. And that was in 1 game, and the other 4 games he had 0.0 expected goals. So Mbuemo is a big challenge in that midfield. If I'd have played Rodgers, obviously the extra 8 points would probably give me a small green arrow moving into the week. So let's have a quick look at some of the challenges that I've got now moving into game week 15. So here's how my team currently lines up for game week 15. I have 2 free transfers, 1.6 million in the bank. And as it stands, I've got Flecken in goal against Newcastle away. I'm sticking with 8 Nori because he's playing away to West Ham this week. Gabriel is yellow flagged away to Fulham. So a London derby there. Aina is away to Manchester United. You'll notice there's a lot of away fixtures this week, which is not great for my team. Palmer is away to Tottenham in a London derby. Saka away to Fulham. Rodgers is at home to Southampton. It looks like a good fixture, and hopefully with him just scoring, there's some opportunities there to get back on the score sheets and some more points for this week. Salah is away to Everton, so obviously a Merseyside derby there, and the early kick-off, so a bit of concern about putting the captain on and not ruining my weekend too early. But as you can see, the captain's armband is currently sitting on Salah. I think he's the best fixture out of my premiums at the moment in terms of league table positions. And then up front, I've got Wood away to Manchester United, who we say that everyone's talking about Amorim and them looking better, but if you look at the three games they've had in the league, they've drawn against Ipswich, they lost against Arsenal, and then they beat Everton. So um, it's been a real mixed bag for Manchester United. I personally haven't seen this big change and this positivity that everyone else is talking about. Maybe that's just media hype. But it does feel that Manchester United do have that defensive frailty still at the moment. So Wood is staying in the team for now. I've got Pedro with Leicester away, so against a newly promoted side. But of course, they've got the new manager bounce at the moment with Ruud van Nistelrooy coming in, and they had a great result over the weekend against West Ham. So, but I still think that Pedro is a talisman for that Brighton team, and they should be too strong for Leicester this week. And then lastly, I've got Cunha away to West Ham, and I'm just really hoping he finds his scoring boots again. He looks like he had a few chances during the week, so I think he's certainly one that I'm not too worried about at this stage. And then on the bench, I've got Pickford, who Everton have the toughest run of fixtures I've seen in a long time. I think they've got Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man City in the next four. So imagine that as a run, a couple at home, a couple away. But Liverpool away, Liverpool at home this week. So he is sitting on the bench, and I'll look to bring him back in after that run of tough fixtures. Mbuemo, as I said, one shot in the last 5 games is certainly a concern for me. He's sitting on the bench this week currently. And then I've got Hall with Brentford away and Fass with Brighton away, currently on the bench as well. So let's have a quick look at the decisions for on options for this week. So at the moment, I'm really concerned about my defense. I feel like while I've got a good options and ranges this week, there's not a lot of good fixtures available. So with 1.6 million in the bank, it does give me some opportunity to switch out one of my cheaper defenders and move them to someone who's either guaranteed in minutes or more likely to get clean sheets. So currently, if I look at the AI recommended transfer, it does recommend me moving Aina up to Gomez in this team. And for me, I don't really want to move Aina out. Nottingham Forest fixtures do look tough, but they've been keeping clean sheets, unlike some of my other defenders. So here are some options that I've put together for me. Moving Nori, who's out my most expensive of my cheap defenders, over to someone like Van Dijk, Gabriel, or Gvardiol. And I've got them in that particular order just because I think Van Dijk gives me some differential in the team. He's the highest scoring defender in the game at the moment. Saliba has no real goal threat. Obviously, he scored at the weekend against Manchester United, but he knew nothing about it, and it just hit him on his backside before going into the back of the net. And then Gvardiol is got attacking a threat at the moment, but that Man City defence is so broken this season. I think just one clean sheet or maybe two clean sheets all season. I just don't see a lot of opportunities there. Now, their fixtures do get a little bit better, but I just don't have that same confidence that I have in the Liverpool and Arsenal defence over the coming weeks. So that's my first option, 8 Nori up to either Van Dijk or Saliba and doubling up on that Arsenal defence. My next options is to go to a more of sort of that 5.5 or 5 million mid defender. And then I can use Fass, who's been sitting fourth on my bench. And with my other transfer, as you probably already guessed, Mbuemo is a major headache for me at the moment, and for a lot of managers. He is still playing, every game, and he is, we think, still on penalties. But his lack of involvement in the team's goals at the moment is a real concern. So for me, I've just pulled the trigger. I've waited too long already on that. I've had the free transfer sitting there. So Mbuemo is gone, and I've brought in Anthony Gordon. Now, this may be a bit of a knee-jerk as he did score at the weekend against Liverpool. I do think that Newcastle run of fixtures does look good as an attacking sense. Once again, and thank you for watching FPL Fanzone. If you've got this far into the video, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit that notification bell if you want updates on future videos, especially as we get through the busy Christmas period. Don't forget, next week I'm going to go much more in depth into the new fixture swings and updates. Um, so look forward to catching up with you then, and may all of your arrows be green.